Check, check, check. I am Simon from the Rebel Business School, and I'm here in Morocco with Fikra to create a video series all about getting customers, helping you build your brand, and to get greater networking just so that you can make more sales. What are the most powerful brand tips that I can give you? This is the Power Brand Builder session with Rebel Business School and Fikra. Let's go. I'm going to give you my 5 favorite brand questions. There are so many brand questions you can ask. I'm going to give you my top 5. But first, we've got to get clear, because if you're not clear on your business, then nobody else is going to be. We use that as a strong foundation to build the brand. So what are the biggest challenges that new businesses face? The first challenge they face is they're trying to run too many businesses at the same time. And maybe that's you. Too many businesses, or too many products, or too many services. What we need to do is to focus on one product, one service, and put your effort and energy into that. The second problem that they face is that they're not clear on who their customer is. Lots of people might want to buy your stuff, but who is most likely? We'll focus on the target customer, the customer most likely to buy your products and services. And finally, it's about action. You've got to get clear on the action that you take. Most new business owners are busy, but they are busy fools. They are taking the wrong kind of action. I want you guys to focus on sales. Where your focus goes, the cash will flow. So to get clear on your business, what are you selling? Who are you selling it to? And what's the massive action that you're going to take to get sales? Okay, so you're ready for the power questions. Power question number 1, all about your brand. What are you trying to achieve? This is all about your vision. And I really struggled with this in the early days. I didn't really know what I was trying to achieve. But think about it like this. If you woke up tomorrow morning and your business was your dream business, how would you know? What would you see? What would you hear? What would you feel? What would be happening? I asked this question yesterday to Mehdi from Nuna Bakes, who's one of the Fikra businesses. And he said to me, I was thinking about this with my wife, and we said, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a shop in Marrakesh, if we had a shop in Paris? Maybe one day we could even have a shop in London. So they were getting into vision territory. It's exciting for them. It gives them a direction of travel. You have your vision, and then you focus on the action that you need to take every day. Think big, start small. That's how to get started with your brand. You know, I had a similar conversation with Karam, another business, Merenid Clothing. Now, his vision is about building the #1 lifestyle brand in Morocco. That's exciting. He hasn't made it yet, but every time he speaks to someone about his vision, people get excited about it. He's talking about the #1 lifestyle brand in Morocco every time he talks about his business. The more he says that, the more his vision will become a reality. So my question to you is, what's your dream? What is the vision? What are you trying to achieve? So brand power question number 2, what makes you different? What makes your business different? That's such a powerful way to sell, because sometimes we get worried about the competition. There are 18,000 business schools in the UK and around the world. What were we thinking about starting another business school? There are already so many. But what makes us different is what helps us to sell. And it's the same with your business. So my question to you is, what makes you different? Now, when we first started, we were talking about being the only business school in the world that makes you money and doesn't cost you money. And we use that positioning to help us pitch against the competition. So brand power question number 2, what makes you different? Brand power question number 3 is all about your story. What's your story? And can you tell it in a way that gets people to connect with you and your business? Because that's going to help you make sales. I met Dunya. Now, Dunya's business, I Love Amalou, as soon as she told me her story, it took her business from luxury almond butter to luxury almond butter that I want to buy, because I understood more about her. I understood more about where she was coming from. She's more likely to make sales if she tells her story and gets good at telling her story. One of the reasons I started Rebel Business School with my co-founder Alan was because when I started my first business in 2003, I made the same mistakes that everybody else makes when they start business. But you don't need to make the same mistakes that I made. You can make new ones. You don't need to make the same ones. So I spent £23,000 on a business that didn't work. When you come to the Rebel Business School, you don't get to make the same mistakes that everyone else made. It's a very practical business school. That's why I started it. So when you tell your story, it helps to create an emotional connection with your customers. Emotional connection equals more sales. Brand power question number 4. How well do you understand your audience? There are some great examples of brands that have grown so fast because they absolutely understand who their customer is, but more importantly, what are the problems that they're facing. Brands like Liquid Death, which is a water brand based in America, they understand exactly who their customers are so they can tailor their marketing to meet their needs. Dollar Shave Club, another great example of a brand that grew exponentially. Why? Because they understand the problems that their customers face. So my question to you is, do you understand your audience well enough? Now, I met one of the Fikra businesses called Karam. He runs Merini Clothing. I've talked about him before. Now, the conversation that we had was about the biggest problems that I face when I'm buying men's clothing in the UK. His product solves that problem. So if he's able to understand that, he can tailor his marketing to solve that problem for his customers. So brand power question number 4. How well do you understand your customers? Brand power question number 5. What's the identity that you want to create for your business that's going to create the feeling that you want your customers to have when they see your content, when they look at your Instagram channel, when they look at your website? Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want you to spend money on this. You don't need to. There are plenty of tools out there to get great quality brand look and feel to create that feeling. So what do you want your customers to feel? Do you want them to feel healthy? Do you want them to feel cool? Do you want them to feel empowered? Fikra has some videos to help you on this. In those videos, there's some tips on how you can use AI tools for free to create a great quality brand identity. That identity will help you connect with your customers to create the feeling that you want them to have when they engage with your brand. So power question number 5, what's the identity that you need to create to connect with your customers? I've got a final top tip for you when it comes to your brand. And it's the thing that nearly everyone misses when they're building their brand. Now, in the old days of business, you would have to come up with a name, your business idea, and a logo, and then ta-da, then you launch your business. But the thing that I want you to think about is you don't have to do that on your own anymore. In fact, what I want you to do is to properly engage your audience, your customers, your friends, your family. Get them to choose your business name for you. Get them to decide on the colors and the fonts and the logo. Why? Because it's fantastic engagement. So you're soft selling, you're warming your audience up before you've even asked them to buy the products and service that you're selling. So when it comes to building your brand, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get clear. Then I want you to answer the 5 power brand questions. And finally, go out there with energy, excitement, and enthusiasm and pitch your business. Because if you're not excited about your business, nobody else is going to be.